For a while now, I've been playing through different Pokemon games and finding out how difficult it is to own every item in each of them. And I think it's about time we make the transition to Generation 4, meaning things are about to ramp up. Now it's worth mentioning I don't have the ability to trade between games or access event exclusive items, so I can't obtain things like the Soldew and a Zerflute. Also, I'm playing Pokemon Pearl, so stuff like the Skull Fossil and Adamant Orb are unavailable. Even then though, that leaves us with 400 items to grab. I think. I don't know, I could have easily miscounted, so feel free to yell at me in the comments. Anyways, make sure to hit that sub button as it really does help out the channel, and without further ado, let's find out how easily you can collect every item in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Our unique journey began by choosing the GOAT starter Turtwig and guiding our rival Swiper to and from Lake Verity. Yeah, Swiper, no swiping my items today, I'm watching you. Anyways, the first couple of items were what you would expect. A hidden potion at the Verity Lake front, antidote south of Sanjum Town, journal from our mom, parcel from Swiper's mom, yo, you trying to make a move on me or something? Some Pokeballs from Dawn, and a few Paralyze Heals at the Sanjum Mart. The trek to Jubilife led us to more valuables like the town map, TM10 hidden power, and coupons 1, 2, and 3. Because, yes, those do go into your key items pocket during the short period of time you have them. Some easy to miss items here included an Airmail, Heal Ball, the Quick Claw, and Old Rod, which I proceeded to use to catch a Magikarp. Haha, get your laughs out now, I'm telling you this dude's gonna wreak havoc. The way to Orberg City featured an easy rival fight, as he just refused to use a fire-type attack, a Repel, and HM06 Rock Smash. As for the town itself, there was a decent amount of stuff to get, like a Dusk Ball, Great Ball, the Pal Pad, Tunnel Mail, Net Ball, Stardust, and Super Potion. So all that was really left around here was an X-Defend and Escape Rope in the Orberg Mines, and TM76 Stealth Rock for decimating Rourke's team. Having a gym badge allowed us to purchase an Awakening, Burn Heal, and Ice Heal from the Mart, as well as the TMs for Flash and Rock Tomb, which were concealed behind some breakable rocks. Continuing this trend, we found TM09 Bullet Seed just prior to entering Floroma Town, home to TM88 Pluck, an Oranberry, Cherry Berry, the Spray Duck, and Pekka Berry. The Pokemart here offered a piece of Bloom Mail, while the surrounding areas played home to a Chesto Berry, along with the Works Key and some honey for dealing with Team Galactic. Speaking of which, we barely squeaked by Commander Mars before scooping up an X-Attack on Route 205. The next bunch of new items lied in Eternity and included the Explorer Kit, Recycle TM, Nest Ball, EXP Share, HM01 Cut, and the hidden Draco Plate behind the statue that always confuses me when I look at it. Off to the east was TM12 Taunt, which I forgot to record me picking up, so here it is in my bag. It was also around this time that I decided to add a Misdreavus to the squad, since I've never used one before, and Gyarados took down 2 of Gardenia's mons, despite being part water. This got us TM86 Grass Knot, and don't worry, Gyarados kept those receipts of who was laughing. Getting the Forest Badge allowed us to backtrack and grab some new items, such as TM78 Captivate, some Raz and Bluckberries, TM82 Sleep Talk, the Silver Powder, an Ether, the Insect Plate, TM90 Substitute, the Dread Plate, and an Old Gateau. Back to the main story though, the Thief TM was lying outside of the Team Galactic building, and y'all might already know how important this one is. We were then rewarded the bike for defeating Commander Jupiter. On the other hand, the routes beyond Eterna City had a lot going on, with the Versus Seeker, a hidden Full Heal, some Rost Berries, a Super Repel, Poison Barb, and Hidden Elixir. Navigating the Wayward Cave was kind of tough because I honestly don't know if I've ever been in here. Nonetheless, I stumbled upon TM32 Double Team, a Tiny Mushroom, Nugget, and Rare Candy, bringing the current total to 73. That would quickly change thanks to this Revive and Dire Hit on Route 207, along with TM31 Brick Break, an X-Speed, the Odd Keystone, a Nanab and Pinap Berry, and the 4 different kinds of mulch that I've never bought before. I mean, let's be for real, this lady's probably going out of business. Since Fantina's too full of herself right now, the only things to do around Hearthome were collect the Poffin Case and Shell Bell, embarrass Swiper for trying to steal our items once again, and use a Baneri that will sit in the PC for the rest of the game in order to gain access to TM43 Secret Power, TM45 Attract, the Amulet Coin, and Spooky Plate. From there, we traversed one of my favorite routes in the franchise and picked up the Good Rod, a Lepa Berry, X Accuracy, Calcium, and TM47 Steel Wing. This led us straight into the Lost Tower, home to an Oval Stone, the Return TM, Cleanse Tag, and HMO4 Strength. Salacion Town simply featured a Persim Berry, Figgy Berry, and the Seal Case, while deep in the ruins laid a Big Mushroom, the Mind Plate, and Odd Incense, bringing the item count into the triple digits. And a Spare Berry and TM51 Roost were waiting on Route 210, and so was some Moo Moo Milk that you can't buy in dozens in this game, which sucks. Route 215 contained a whole bunch of new items to nab, such as the TM for Payback, Fist Plate, a Guard Spec, Zinc, TM34 Shockwave, Wikipedia Berry, and Mago Berry. Before entering the somewhat daunting department store in Veilstone, I made sure to collect a PP Up, TM63 Embargo, and the coin case. I say daunting because I just don't have enough money to buy everything in here that I need to, like the stat boosting items and TMs. So for now, I threw money at the cashiers for a Hyper Potion, Max Potion, Ultra Ball, Pokédoll, Max Repel, Grass, Flame, Bubble, and Space Mail, X Special Defense, Sticky Barb, well, that was actually just handed to us, Freshwater, Soda Pop, and a Lemonade. All that was left to do in Veilstone by now was let my boy Froyo wreak havoc against Maylene for TM60 Drain Punch, and beat up Team Galactic to gain access to HMO2 Fly, putting the count at 135. The first thing I did south of town was catch a Girafarig, since, I don't know, I just want to use this goofy guy. Then it was back to business with this Citrus Berry, Palm Egg Berry, Dig TM, Big Root, Heart Scale, and Max Ether. Past that, you already knew there was going to be some items lying around the rich part of Sinnoh, as we snagged TM92 Trick Room, the Sweet Key, a Lava Cookie, Hidden Pearl, Red Shard, TM40 Aerial Ace, a Guava Berry, and Iapapa Berry, or however that one's pronounced. There wasn't much poppin' in Pastoria City, minus purchasing a Quick Ball and finding the HM4 Defog, as well as the Toxic Plate. So we headed west in order to retrieve TM11 Sunny Day, TM87 Swagger, the Soothe Bell, TM62 Silverwind, and TM06 Toxic. After that, Crasher Wake wasn't a threat at all, so we got the Brine TM, and you know what, Wake? I think you should just wave the white towel and join the WWE or something. Anyways, Swiper made his way over to us before exiting Pastoria, just to show off his level 26 Starly. I mean, dude, what are you doing? Nonetheless, the Team Galactic chase resulted in us getting the Secret Potion, which we used to remove the Psyduck on Route 210, only to have Cynthia give us another errand involving the old charm. On the way to Celestic Town, I pocketed 2 types of balls. Okay, not that way, I meant the Shadow Ball TM and Smoke Ball, alright? The town itself stored the Wise Glasses, a Timer Ball, and HMO3 Surf, while the east side of Route 211 had a Greppa Berry and TM77 Psycha. So all that was left to do in this section was run through Fantina's team with Misdreavus for TM65 Shadow Claw. Having Surf opened up plenty of optional areas that all played home to a lot of items. And when I say a lot, I mean that this is about to sound like the PokeRap, just with items instead of Pokemon. Starting with a Splash Plate, Carbos, Protein, Pure Incense, X Scissor TM, Hondu Berry, Max Revive, HP Up, Sea Incense, Luck Incense, Water Pulse TM, Thunderbolt TM, Max Elixir, Dawnstone, Giga Drain TM, Waterstone, Big Pearl, Mystic Water, Rose Incense, Tomato Berry, Lumberry, Poison Jab TM, Wapair Berry, Kelpsy Berry, Firestone, Rock Incense, Flamethrower TM, Miracle Seed, and a Leaf Stone. Alright, that was a ton. Why not add to it with TM48 Skill Swap, a Repeat Ball, the Rival, oh wait, you're not an item, you're just a loser, and TM89 U-Turn. The only other place to explore around Canalave was Iron Island, which housed an Iron Ball, a TM for Iron Tail, Iron, golly, might as well be playing Minecraft at this point, Full Restore, Magnet, Iron Plate, and Shiny Stone, officially putting us over the halfway mark. Let us celebrate by obliterating Byron for TM91 Flash Cannon. Man, Byron, you're one of my favorite gym leaders, but you just suck. Although, he did grant us the ability to use strength outside of battles, so we could locate TM01 Focus Punch, the Earth Plate, TM69 Rock Polish, Grip Claw, and TM26 Earthquake. At this point, it was time to deal with the Galactic Commanders, and while I was in Lake Verity, I made sure to nab TM38 Fire Blast. On the way to Snow Point City, we acquired the Soft Sand, a Light Clay, a Sneasel that's being added to the squad, Spell Tag, TM07 Hail, HMO8 Rock Climb, and Icicle Plate, before arriving and purchasing a piece of Snow Mail, which contained an L that we delivered to Candace. Haha, yeah, that was a good one, right? Man, tough crowd today. At least receiving TM72 Avalanche will cheer me up a little. This let us embark on another HM backtracking session using Rock Climb, in which we spotted the TMs for Blizzard, Rock Slide, Dream Eater, Roar, and Psychic, a Mental Herb, the TM for Ice Beam, and a Full Incense. Back on track, here's the storage key just chilling in my bag because I forgot that you get it from that dumb Galactic grunt. Anyways, the first part of the Galactic Gauntlet featured a Dust Stone, so I could finally evolve Misdreavus, TM49 Snatch, TM36 Sludge Bomb, the Galactic Key, and TM21 Frustration. Yeah, we are slowly but surely getting close to owning every TM. From there though, Cyrus handed us the Master Ball after defeating him. Hey man, where's Knuckles and Tails at? Okay, I'm done. I'm hanging up the cleats and retiring. Alright, all the way up on Spear Pillar, everyone was thinking, oh no, the world's about to end. Yeah, whatever, get out of my face. I'm here to catch Palkia and, more importantly, add that Lustrous Orb to my collection. Oh, and TM02 Dragonclaw, which is very easy to miss, as it's behind that one door that's blocked by a Team Galactic grunt on the climb up. Moving on, TM25 Thunder was waiting for us in the revived Lake Valor, while a Qualot Berry and TM56 Fling lied in between us and Sunnyshore City. The coastal town played home to a Thunderstone, Zap Plate, and the TM for Charge Beam upon crumbling Volkner's gym due to an excessive amount of earthquakes. On the way out of here, I dropped some dollars on Steel Mail and a Luxury Ball in the mart, before getting the final HM, Waterfall, from Jasmine. And guess what this means? We could backtrack yet again to scoop up the Meadow Plate, Wave Incense, and Stone Plate. Now on the path to the League, we pinpointed the Rain Dance, Torment, Stone Edge, and Dragon Pulse TMs, Razor Claw, TM79 Dark Pulse, and the Sky Plate. The Elite Four and Champion were a complete wash because, you know, I'm a Pokemon Master and everything. But as you can tell, we are still 144 items away from being done with this challenge. So far, it's been easy, as we've just been collecting items along the way through the main storyline. However, that is about to change, as many items can be tricky to get. First off though, let's just see what we can easily pick up in the post-game, beginning with the Poke Radar from Professor Rowan, and the leftovers, a PP Max, and Destiny Knot in the very forgotten Route 224 that branches off of Victory Road. My dude Byron hooked us up with the Metal Coat back on Iron Island before we descended into the Snow Point Temple and uncovered the Nevermelt Ice. With those out of the way, we fast traveled over to what I like to call Post-Game Island, where the Super Rod, Scope Lens, and Point Card awaited in the fight area. North of there lied the Dubious Disc and Lax Incense, while TM42 Facade was given to us by this cool guy in the Survival area. As for the routes leading to Stark Mountain, they played host to the Lagging Tail, TM for Energy Ball, Charcoal, and Life Orb. Before letting Buck idiotically steal the Magma Stone, I made sure to track down TM50 Overheat and the Flame Plate. Route 228, on the other hand, featured the Protector, Shed Shell, and Sandstorm TM. Shocker, I know, who would have expected to find that technical machine in this type of place? Rounding out Post-Game Island, for now at least, was simply just a Reaper Cloth on Route 229. Back on the mainland, I bought 10 Pokeballs at once because somehow I still didn't have a Premier Ball up until this point. I thought I'd be able to get a Park Ball as well, but you can't actually enter the POW Park without transferring Mons from Kanto or Hoenn. However, I can get the Safari Ball by heading inside the Great Marsh. Technically, I did already receive some when I first arrived, but here's me officially getting them. Even then, there's still one type of Pokeball we haven't obtained, and it's pretty difficult to get, so we'll save it for later. At the moment, I opted to drain my wallet on the TMs that I couldn't purchase earlier in the game. This resulted in owning the moves Natural Gift, Protect, False Swipe, Safeguard, Reflect, Light Screen, Solar Beam, Focus Blast, and Hyper Beam. The only type of mail I didn't have yet was the Heart Mail, which I just missed in Hearthome City, so that was easy to buy. And remember how we got the Wise Glasses from that guy in Celestic Town? Well, if you talk to him in the morning and daytime respectively, he'll hand over the Choice Specs and Black Glasses. I still hadn't obtained the herb items from Eterna City for some reason, so I got the Heal Powder, Energy Root, and Revival Herb, giving us every healing item in the game. A tough group of items that I just wanted to get out of the way were the ones in the game corner. There's a few held items and a bunch of TMs, some of which cost a crazy amount of coins. And I'm not gonna lie, at this moment, I didn't know a whole lot about how the slot machines worked, so I just sold all of my valuable items and literally battled the Elite Four over and over using Pokemon with an amulet coin. Yes, this lasted over a span of a few days. Finally though, we got the Silk Scarf, Wide Lens, Zoom Lens, Metronome, and TMs for Endure, Swords Dance, Rest, Gyro Ball, and Giga Impact, catapulting us over the 300 mark. Now it's time for that last Pokeball that I was talking about a second ago. In Pokemon Platinum, the Dive Ball can easily be grabbed on Route 223, but for whatever reason they had to make things way more difficult in Diamond and Pearl. You see, the Pokemon News Press sits in Solaceon Town, and inside, the guy will ask to see a random Pokemon each day. If you show the desired Mon to him, then you have the chance to receive one of these 12 Pokeballs. Now, it's not catching the specific Pokemon that was the problem here, as typically you'll be able to find it on one of the routes around Sinnoh. However, I guess my luck is terrible, as it took me over 30 attempts of presenting him the right Mon before we were finally awarded some Dive Balls. In similar fashion, a guy on Route 221 will give out 3 different items if you show him a Pokemon that's at the level he says. Thankfully, this didn't take as long as the Dive Balls, since I did have a good amount of Mons in my PC, so after a little while, the Black Belt, Expert Belt, and Focus Sash were mine. Speaking of fashion, I did get the fashion case way back in Jubilife City. I just never showed it for some reason, so here it is now. Skipping over to the Turnback Cave, I don't really understand the pillar puzzle, but what I do know is upon catching or defeating Giratina, you could find 3 pillars again and make it back to where Giratina was standing within 4 to 15 rooms and pick up a rare bone. From there, it was time for the dreaded underground items. Luckily, we got off to a nice start by quickly digging up a Dome Fossil, Armor Fossil, Smooth Rock, Blue Shard, Heat Rock, Hardstone, Damp Rock, Root Fossil, Star Piece, Moonstone, Sunstone, Green Shard, Everstone, and Icy Rock within the first hour. But after that, it took another 2 to 3 hours to uncover the Old Amber, Yellow Shard, Claw Fossil, and Helix Fossil, with 3 of those 4 items having a 4 or 5% spawn rate. As for the Yellow Shard, I don't know why it took me so long to find one. Things weren't about to get any less tedious though, as I took on the challenge of obtaining the 5 different colored scarves. In order to receive them from the guy in Pastoria City, you gotta have a Pokemon with at least 201 or more of their contest stats. How do you do that, you ask? By making Poffins, which takes a while. Luckily, I found this GameFAQs post from over 15 years ago, which laid out the best combination of berries for each contest category, allowing my Mons to increase their stats by a good chunk with each Poffin. It still took a bit of time, but eventually we were proud owners of the red, blue, pink, green, and yellow scarf. At this point, I wanted to 100% the berry group, so I spoke with the lady in Pastoria City who will give you a random damage reducing one every day. It wasn't too long until we received the Babiri, Haban, Rindo, Shuka, Kebia, Chilan, Akka, Wakan, Payapa, Yachi, Koba, Tenga, Kasib, Chardy, Colbur, Pasho, and Choppleberry. Now you can get the last few berries using 2 different methods, either randomly getting them from the Berry Master on Route 208, which just didn't work for me, so instead I ran around in Amity Square with that Baneri from before. And would you look at that, it didn't spend the rest of eternity in the PC after all. Eventually though, it picked up the Durin, Palmtra, Magast, Spillon, Corn, Rabuda, Nomel, Watmel, and Blueberry. Funnily enough, I didn't even have some of those items on my list to begin with, because I didn't know they were in the game, so it's a good thing I got them. The next big section to cover is the Battle Tower prizes. And I'll go ahead and say it, I'm a full-time college student, and if I wanted this video to release, you know, this year, there was no way I was going to be able to purchase all of the new items here. This is thanks to the fact that they range from costing 16 battle points to 80. And for those that don't know, you only receive a few points after defeating multiple trainers in a row. Therefore, it would take a large amount of time to buy everything here. Nonetheless, I did grind to get enough BP for the Power Bracer, but we'll just have to pretend I bought the Power Belt, Lens, Band, Anklet, Weight, Toxic Orb, Flame Orb, White Herb, Power Herb, Bright Powder, Choice Band, Focus Band, Muscle Band, Choice Scarf, Razor Fang, TM for Thunderwave, Will-O-Wisp, Bulk Up, and Calm Mind. We're now sort of on the home stretch, and for those that have seen the other videos, you already know what this next group is. The Thief items. Basically, a bunch of wild Pokemon around Sinnoh have a very small chance to be holding a certain item, like this Fearow that had a Sharp Beak. However, I want to shout out Zeta Fish, who left a comment on the Fire Red and Leaf Green video, saying that if you have a Pokemon with the Compound Eyes ability, then the chances of a Wildmon holding an item will increase. So I had to use the Pokeradar to catch an Incada in the Eterna Forest, which made stealing that aforementioned Sharpbeak, Light Ball, King's Rock, Twisted Spoon, Stick, Thick Club, Lucky Egg, Dragon Scale, Quick Powder, Metal Powder, Deep Sea Scale, Deep Sea Tooth, Dragon Fang, Lucky Punch, and Black Sludge much simpler. Two more items that weren't much of a problem to add to the collection were the Macho Brace and Upgrade, the latter of which Professor Oak just hands over to you in Eterna City after you've met him at the PAL Park. On the other hand, the Macho Brace requires you to speak with a dude in Pastoria upon owning the 3 variants of Burmy. Fortunately, it wasn't too much of a struggle to get all the forms, as Burmy is one of the more common Honeytree Pokemon, and I've been checking Honeytrees this whole time throughout the postgame. So lastly, we've arrived at the final technical machine, TM64 Explosion. The only way to get this item is by speaking with the lady at the counter inside the Veilstone Game Corner, only after you've achieved 10 or more bonus rounds at a slot machine. Now, I would love to try and give y'all the rundown of how to do that, but I genuinely think I would make it seem more confusing. So I'll leave a link in the description to a video by Techno Trainer, who gives a great guide to how the slot machines work. Long story short, you gotta follow some instructions on the bottom screen while playing the slots, and get a little lucky to reach 10 rounds. Anyways, it didn't take too long for us to secure the TM, ultimately completing this daunting task. Well, I believe it's safe to say that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl was the most difficult challenge yet in terms of these item collecting videos. And that makes sense, because as the Pokemon generations progressed, more and more items were introduced. Once again, I apologize that I was unable to legitimately get everything from the Battle Tower, but this video probably wouldn't have ever come out if I tried to do so. Either way, I really hope y'all enjoyed this one just as much as I did making it. If you want to support the channel further, consider becoming a member, as you get some cool perks such as videos early and receiving a shout out on the outro screen. For now though, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces!